Hello, boyos, and welcome to the spoiler cast of the MCU. We've got She-Hulk on the docket. We're talking about She-Hulk. Me and my guest today, I don't want to spoil that one. My guest is a very special person. Are talking about She-Hulk. We're going to rank it amongst the MCU, the rest of it, all of the live actions, the shows, the movies. We're going to talk about it. We're going to spoil it here. If you don't want spoilers, haven't seen the show, finish the show, pretty good. Come back here, watch this, have a chat with us live, twitch.tv/lonercast. Also, pretty much everywhere else. We're literally everywhere. And without further ado, let's get this show started by introducing the absolutely wonderful, fantastic, this man. You've seen him on Last Week in Games. You've seen him on Deep Dives. My guest today is the effervescent Jacob Woods. Jake, would you come on out here for me?
Yeah, round of applause for me. How about that?
Oh, excellent. I
New
love
setup.
how you just I love how you went through me. That was fantastic, dude.
New setup.
Fantastic.
New setup. Who dis?
Beautiful.
You know?
I'm glad you can join me today, Jake, because we have a lot to talk about.
We do. Indeed.
Do you like my adjective for you, effervescent?
Effervescent. Yeah. What does that even mean? What is effervescent?
I don't know. I just fucking said it. So, She-Hulk. Oh, you're gonna look it up? Okay.
I don't even know how to
She-Hulk.
spell that. Effervescent. Here we go.
You got it? What does it mean?
Of a liquid giving off bubbles.
Yep. That describes you perfectly.
Well, and then there's a second definition: vivacious and enthusiastic.
Okay. Nice.
That's not really
nice,
me, but I appreciate
it. No, you are fizzy and filled with bubbles, though.
In the stomach, yes.
I'm working
on it, though. Okay.
Lots of fucking gas.
I'm working on
it. Let's talk about She-Hulk.
Indeed.
You watched it? I hope you watched it.
Didn't care to.
Oh, okay. Well, this is going to be very short, everybody.
Just kidding.
Yeah, we watched it. We both watched it. We weren't in the same room, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But we are now. Look at us.
I know. Hey,
look at us. Look at us.
Look at us.
Yeah. So I'm gonna throw it to you. I'm gonna throw it to you right now. What did you think about it?
Okay. On the whole, I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good. There's a lot I liked about it, actually. I liked how it kind of switched up the Marvel show formula a bit and kind of did something a little different while still having the Marvel DNA ultimately. Oh, you know what? I wanted to do this here as well. Breaks on She-Hulk for a second. We got a special presentation right in the middle of our She-Hulk presentation. Wow. Okay, this is a
breaking news, everybody.
Special presentation.
Wow, I can't believe you're doing this. Wow. Okay.
Right in the middle.
Everybody's in for a treat. Here we go.
Werewolf by Night, okay? We're not doing a full fucking spoiler cast for it, but we fucking should. That shit fucking rocked my socks off. It was an absolute bop of a fucking thing, and it makes me very excited for other special events. We got the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special coming out this year. Very excited for that, but Werewolf by Night, I hope we get another thing like every fucking Halloween because it was fucking sick. Michael G. Kino, he's the GOAT. We love him. That's my special presentation.
I didn't actually see that. This makes me excited.
Yeah, definitely watch it. Fucking watch that shit. That shit, it's a bop and a half.
Excellent. I love it.
Anyway, She-Hulk.
I'm going to have to. She-Hulk. We're back on it.
Yeah, I figured we weren't doing a Werewolf by Night thing, so I was
I actually completely forgot about that. I'm going to have to watch that tonight probably.
But yeah, back on She-Hulk. I thought the show was pretty good. It actually kind of made me a little nostalgic at times for the type of show it is. It reminded me of like shows my mom used to watch, like Boston Legal and like shows like that, where it's like a funny comedy, like a comedic network law show where like it doesn't really take the law seriously. Right. I thought that was fun. I thought the 9 episodes served it well, but it could have been even longer, I think.
Yeah.
Because I think the biggest issue for this show for me is there was a lot of connective tissue that was missing. Like I think like there were a lot of parts that I was liking, and I was like, I like this stuff, but like it was missing like the things that connected these things. So like it
Yes.
was like it moved to different things that I liked, but it didn't, it just didn't have the thing, like the path to that thing. If
Yeah.
that makes sense. I don't
No,
know.
I get what
I don't know if
I
that
get what
makes
you're
sense,
saying.
but
It was kind of like each episode was its own individual
well,
thing.
that's fine. I like shows like that, like
Right,
Always
but it
Sunny
had
and
it had
stuff.
an
But
overarching story that it was missing bits and pieces to connect. Like you still got to the conclusion. Like especially I think the one that stands out to me when you say that is the one where she goes to the wedding.
sure.
And it's like, oh well, what's her face? The strong lady who's against her.
Titania.
Titania shows up and you're like, what the fuck? How did this
Yeah.
happen? Or like, who is this person that she's going to a wedding for? And why is she going to this wedding? And
like
there's a
friend from
whole
high
bunch of
school or
stuff
something,
like that.
or-
Like, it's just a friend who initially seems like she's just inviting the Hulk, but then she gets there and she's like, please don't be the Hulk. And it's like, wow, you're just being a complete bitch to this person. Why would you even want to go here? Like,
I didn't.
It's
Yeah, go off, King.
no,
Sorry.
it's just one of those things, No, I'm just kidding. I actually didn't mind it that much, but it was one of those things that that was like, okay, this kind of feels out of place, Like,
yeah.
there's something missing here. Like, I feel like that episode could have been something else, like a different episode.
Yeah, I didn't mind that like there were random things that happened like that, like the random wedding episode. Like I was fine with the random wedding episode. The thing that the thing I mean with the connective tissue is like, I mean, Titania is actually a good example. Like she just sort of shows up and like is just like a bad guy, and I'm just like, but like who is this? Like what is this? Same with like her friends, like at the law firm. It's like,
who are these people?
They're kind of introduced, and then at the
yeah.
end, it's like, okay, we have a long storied history, and it's like, well, I kind of need to see some of that history to really feel it. But what I will say is, now that it's kind of defined itself as a show, and like, it's it's kind of done those things in this season. I think season 2 will be even better because like now we know these characters and they don't have to worry about that shit as much, I think. So I think season 2 will be even better. But yeah, I don't think like this show was a miss at all. I thought it was pretty fun, and I thought it was different, and I appreciated that they were willing.
It was different.
That they were willing to try something different.
I actually thought this show was one of the better shows. Yeah. If I'm being completely honest, like it was weird. It was the pacing was kind of all over the place, but it works for the story that they told. The way this show was laid out, the 9 episodes was really nice. I really enjoyed the 9 episode. Like you said, it could have been more. Probably the show would have done well at 12 or 13 episodes. Like in my mind, a little bit better.
Like a network television show. Yeah, like it could have been.
Yeah, longer. But I actually really enjoyed the show. I like who plays Jen Walters. I forget her name.
Tatiana Maslany, I think.
Yeah, that's it. You got it perfectly. I really like her. One of the things that I didn't understand in this show is like she's a good looking actress, right? She's kind of cute. Yeah. She's cute as hell. But this whole thing was like how nobody wanted to sleep with her, which, by the way, there was a lot of sex and a lot of drinking in this, which I appreciate. Disney's reaching out a little bit. And she sleeps around with everybody, but nobody really wanted to be like attached, I guess, unless she was She-Hulk. And she doesn't like give off the vibes to me, like being that awkward, nerdy,
I don't think it was like that she's unattractive and that's why people don't want to sleep with her. I thought it was like people only wanted to be with her because she's attractive, but not because she's like a lawyer or, like who she actually is.
Right.
And then She-Hulk just like kind of takes that to another level, like that. Like they really just like me for my physical appearance and not for like who I actually am.
Who I am underneath. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was cool. I liked the stories, all of the different stories where, she's has to help people legally. I thought that was really cool. Like the guy with Donnie Blaze, and he's like the
Yeah, yeah.
magician who has the ring and stuff. It was like, that's a cool episode. Like, what happens
So
when
is that
somebody
fucking
has magic?
is that fucking what's his name? Nick Cage.
Nick Cage?
Nick Cage played a superhero, right? The one with the skull and the
fucking Ghost Rider?
Yeah.
You think that's Ghost Rider?
No. I think it's Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider's like cousin.
Oh,
Because in Ghost Rider's name is like something Blaze. Ghost Rider
I don't know.
name.
Johnny. Oh my God, you might be right. Cinematic universe.
Johnny Blaze. Jonathan Blaze.
It's fucking Ghost Rider?
I don't think he was Ghost Rider because he was Donnie Blaze.
Oh, you're right.
So I think it was like a joke about
Or-
Ghost Rider.
Okay, that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
I missed that. That's kind of funny.
Yeah, I like that. There was a lot of like little things like that in this show.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for a show that's like we don't want to do a lot of like cameos and stuff, there were so many cameos in this.
There's
like
so many cameos.
But like they were never how you would like expect them to be. They were just like fun little drop-in cameos. And I hope that like in the future this show continues. And I hope that this show stays separate from like the main, like I hope she doesn't show up in fucking Avengers and it's just like, hey, who's like a big Avenger now? Who's
Hulk?
left? Who's left? Well, not Hulk because we already saw that, but like I don't know.
Hawkeye?
Let's say Thor.
Captain Hawk.
Yeah. Okay.
Thor?
How about that? How about Captain America? Okay, he shows up. All right, Sam Wilson just shows up in the show, and it's Sam Wilson, but it's like the She-Hulk version of Sam Wilson, where it's like he's having fun in this show, but then he goes back to the Avengers, and it's like a little bit more serious. Somber. It's still funny because it's the MCU or whatever, but like, She-Hulk is like they take these main characters and bring them down to be like funny and stuff. I actually kind of like that. That's fun.
That would be really funny. I do like that, to have a show, because she doesn't want to be a superhero, and she states that, and she tries it here and there, but it's really funny. It would be really funny if like people just come out from like Avengers like, we need your help, and she's like, but what if we got like real fucking drunk and had a party, like what she kind of does with what Wong kind of does with that one chick that just portals in
Madison with a Y, but not where you think.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love that. I hope they keep doing this show. I think it's great.
Yeah, it is a really good show, and we got a freaking cameo that was not. I didn't expect it, but it's a great place to put this cameo. And that was Daredevil. We got freaking Courtney Cox.
Courtney Cox.
I always forget his name.
Charlie
Cox as Daredevil in this show, and he's a little different from his show. He's less intense and less like, I need to hide my secret identity.
He still does.
He does until he loses. Like he loses to She-Hulk, and he just automatically takes off his hat, and he's like, "Oh, it's me."
Yeah. Well, he knew.
Like, oh, okay.
He knew they were vibing though. He's like, I'm gonna fuck her anyway, and we're both superheroes. It's cool. It's like, whatever.
Yeah.
She ain't gonna rat on me.
Probably not.
Yeah.
But who else was in that parking lot? Who else was there? I don't know.
I love that they fucked too. I thought that was great.
It was pretty good.
I think it's great for both of their characters.
I like that they fucked, but also I like that they were still together at the end. Like they're dating. I kind of dig that.
See, I didn't like that, but I will justify it by saying I think that entire ending was all just in Jen's head.
Really? You don't think that there's going to be there? This wasn't like an intro to Planet Hulk or something like that?
I think the sun will be there, Scar or whatever the fuck. that weird kid with the bad hairline.
Yeah.
I think he'll be there, but I still think like it was just a stupid, silly ending. Like I don't think like we're gonna see like a long romance between her and Charlie Cox.
Right.
We might see them hook up again, but I kind of like the idea that they just kind of fucked, and they're just like we're just like that. That's just who we are. We just fucked, and we're both lawyers. You live on the other side of the country. We're not trying to. We're just fucking.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's different. It's different.
Yeah.
It is definitely a different
Well,
take.
Matt Murdock's a fucking whore, and I love that for him, and he should be a whore. So I love that.
Yeah.
And She-Hulk is also a promiscuous person. So
especially in this show,
yeah,
she's
in the comics
she's like trying to get with everybody.
Yeah.
I never read the She-Hulk comics because the Hulk wasn't really like one of those characters that I was really interested in. Big green guy have, big green guy in brain have super strength, and it wasn't like that interesting to me until kind of recently, where I dived into Hulk and I'm like, holy shit, he's actually like one of the strongest freaking characters in Marvel. But yeah, so I don't know a whole lot about She-Hulk or any of the Hulks. So
She-Hulk was always a campy comedic character like this. Obviously there were times, because it's comic books and they go on forever, where like they brought her down to reality, but she broke the fourth wall before even Daredevil did, or Deadpool rather.
Right.
Like she did that shit first. Like that's always been her thing. She's always been goofy. Like it was yeah.
Right. So. Which I appreciate. I appreciate that, especially the ending. The ending was very, I feel like the ending of this show was like a one-off. Like they chose to do it this way, and this was the only time they can do that. They might be able to get away with it if they do it perfectly. Another like
I could see Deadpool doing something like that.
But they'd have to do it perfectly, right?
Yeah.
But this is just one of those things that's like, oh man, they did that and they put all their eggs in this basket, and it was, I guess it paid off. It didn't really finish the story, which is kind of a bummer.
Yeah, I agree.
But
did feel a little bit like a cop out, but
yeah, it was like, well, we don't want to rush this, but also we don't know. We don't know how else to end this, and it was cool though. I dug it. I dug that they did it. It was kind of funny that Kevin was the
yeah, and he was wearing a little hat. I like that.
Yeah, yeah. It's good.
I will say, as someone, I am terminally online. That's how I would define myself. I'm online too much. I'm around for the discourse. I'm on the tiki-talkies. I'm on the Twitters. So I'm on the tubes, the YouTubes. So yes. I see the discourse, and I love how this show just called them out. Every week, there would be some sort of fucking crybaby fanboy, crying about the show, and the next week the show would just be like, "Yep, and you're the villain." And we're calling you out. You're the bad guy.
Yeah, that's true.
And I feel like that was the point of the end of the show, where it was like, hey, you think we're going to do this, but we're not. That's not what we're doing. And we knew you thought we were going to do that. And fuck you. Eat our ass. We're our own thing. And that's what I mean by like, I think season 2 is going to be even better because it's like, I feel like that last episode was like, no, this is us defining ourselves as a show. Like, this is what our show is. So next season, expect that show. Yeah.
Yeah. And I hope it does get a next season, because it was pretty good.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. And, we didn't even mention this, but yeah, her character model looked pretty bad sometimes, but it was pretty easy to kind of.
It was weird because sometimes it looked really bad and sometimes it looked pretty good.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, that they actually got the scene right. And then it would be, the next scene and you're like, ooh, okay. But it's a TV show, and they even bring up budget, which I really liked.
Yeah,
she's like,
funny.
oh, is it more budget friendly if I leave in my She-Hulk, and
Yeah.
it's
Wait till the
it's
camera's
pretty good.
off of you. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
funny. But yeah. I found it pretty easy to like kind of forget about it though, oddly
Yeah.
enough. So
Yeah.
I didn't think it was like too bad. And yeah, it is a TV show, so um, yeah. Um, what else is there to say?
I think we just gotta rank it now, boy.
All right, let's look at the list. I'm gonna read off the list because I have no way to pull up the list on the
Yeah.
in our current setup. I have no way yet, so I'll have to fix that eventually. But for right now, here is our list. Our Loner Cast MCU rankings. At number 1, we've got Avengers Endgame. At number 2, we've got Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings. At number 3, we've got Loki. At number 4, we've got Iron Man. At number 5, Avengers Infinity War. 6, Spider-Man No Way Home. 7, Thor Ragnarok. 8, Guardians of the Galaxy. 9, WandaVision. 10, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. 11, Eternals. 12, Captain America Civil War. 13, Captain America and the Winter Soldier. 14, Spider-Man Far From Home. 15, Spider-Man Homecoming. 16, Captain America The First Avenger. 17, Ant-Man. 18, Black Panther. 19, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. 20, Doctor Strange. 21, The Avengers. 22, Hawkeye. 23, Black Widow. 24, Moon Knight. 25, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. 26, Thor Love and Thunder. 27, Miss Marvel. 28, Iron Man 3. 29, Avengers Age of Ultron. 30, Iron Man 2. 31, Incredible Hulk. 32, Ant-Man and the Wasp. 33, Captain Marvel. 34, Thor the Dark World. 35, Thor.
You know, we're gonna have to stop naming all of these things pretty soon because it's just gonna go up.
Sure,
Like,
but I have no way to put this on the screen. So
yes, but also we could probably put this somewhere on like Twitter or something like that after the show so everybody can
yeah,
see.
I don't expect everyone to go find my fucking Twitter to look at this shit.
All right.
You crazy? Are you loco? Would you
I'm
go
loco.
find the Twitter thing if you
I
were
might.
one? Would
I
you?
might if I'm like, hey, if you want to know our rankings, check out the Twitter.
Dude,
you know?
I don't care how much I like a content creator. If someone asked me to do like additional work to get the full content, no, it's not happening.
Well, that's where me and you differ.
But also
like
follow us on Patreon, and if you subscribe to our Patreon at $60,000, you can look at our rankings.
there you go. Nice. $60,000.
You can only look at our MCU rankings if you subscribe to us on Patreon, which we don't actually have.
So just send us money straight through PayPal or
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah.
Facebook works too.
Where would you put this?
Oh, you want to ask me that question?
Yes.
You know, I may have. Oh, here it is. I think I would put it just under Ant-Man.
No fucking way.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Is that where you would put it?
That's where I was gonna put it, boy.
No shit, dude.
Unbelievable.
I think that's one of the only times that's happened.
I think, yeah. I think I was gonna say maybe above Ant-Man, but below Ant-Man, I'm totally fine with.
Yeah, absolutely. I was thinking above Ant-Man too, but I'm like, Ant-Man was pretty good.
But also, I fundamentally disagree with this list, but that's okay.
Hey, you know, it's our list together, and we've finally agreed on something.
I'm just like, holy shit, Hawkeye is so low. Fucking Moon Knight is pretty goddamn low.
Hey, it's two of us. We don't see eye to eye
This
on a lot of
Marvel
things.
is really crazy low, but that's all right.
Miss Marvel sucked ass, dude. Miss Marvel was really bad.
That's crazy. It wasn't.
I think so. Anyway, we're
You
putting
suck
it at
ass.
18. We're putting it at 18, below Ant-Man and above Black Panther. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I disagree with that too. Black Panther should probably be a little higher, but that's all right.
Well, It's a combined list. You can put it wherever you want, baby.
She-Hulk #1. Never forget it.
Well, that's fine. On your personal list, absolutely. You are entitled to that.
But also our list is posted on Letterboxd. So if you want to
It is.
find
But
it
also we can also, put it somewhere else.
But yeah, I just need to figure out how to, in this new configuration, a quick way to switch to the rankings. So I'll figure it out. And you're right, we can't read it forever.
Right. Yeah, because we're already at 36.
But we could. I mean, it's like reading 36 things isn't that crazy.
No.
Yeah, it's not like that crazy.
No, it's not that crazy.
If it was like 100 things, maybe. But even that, it's just reading 100 things. It's not that crazy. Anyway.
Reading 100 things will be here all freaking day, though.
Really? I mean, it took me, like a minute and a half to read that? It's not like that crazy.
It's not like that crazy. Reading 100 things, it's not that crazy.
I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway, that's the show, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being you. And tell your mom I said hello.
Hope you enjoyed the new fucking setup, boys.
Yeah, it's good. I like it. I think we'll keep it.